Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday. We have a special guest today, Lorraine.
Hi, everybody.
Lorraine's actually getting married this weekend. So we have to cheers to that. So we always talk that people want testimonials from our brides. So we thought, well, you know what? Let's just bring one on with us today. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. No, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
To reflect.
How many people here with you? Over 100?
Something like that. Yes. Who come to celebrate with me. It's a relatively small, but not for a destination wedding. So it's,
That's
not a big deal.
Well, we're excited to have you here. Our topic this week is wedding attire. So I don't know if you could tell that Erin and I are actually sporting some fancy lace veils going on here.
Very pretty.
And mine's pulling my hair down, so, I did brush it this morning, which is unusual for leftover cake chat. Our rule is always brush our teeth. We don't necessarily have to brush our hair.
Optional.
So, but I did brush it. It is a little bit rough, so if you guys watched last week's leftover cake chat with hair and makeup, if you're going to have a veil, definitely have a professional do your hair because it's a little,
it'll end up looking like this.
Yeah, it's a little loose back there, but it's a beautiful veil. And we're talking about veils and wedding dresses and when to pick them out and what to do and so many different things. There's so many options, even when it comes to the wedding dress, just like the rest of the wedding. I was actually scrolling through one of the wedding groups we were in on Facebook, and somebody asked last week, how many people do I take wedding dress shopping with me? And I just started laughing, and I was like, as many as you can handle. Because really just, one that's going to be honest with you, but also trust your opinion. Because really at the end of the day, it's the wedding dress that you feel comfortable in, the wedding dress that you feel beautiful in, and the wedding dress that you can afford.
Yes.
Always try on dresses in your budget. Never try on a wedding dress that's a couple $1,000s more than you're willing to spend, because guaranteed that's the one that you're going to
fall in love with.
Yeah.
Tell us your story, Lorraine, about your dress shopping.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. That's okay. We didn't have cake. Oh. We got so excited that Lorraine's here, we forgot about the cake. And it's Erin's favorite. It's loaded with chocolate everywhere. Frosting in the middle.
It is amazing.
Oh my God. That's good.
Speaking of dresses, should I be eating this?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into mine.
Just no other calories today, you're going to be fine.
Yep. No, just champagne from here on.
Oh, that's good.
I'm just going to keep eating while we listen to your wedding dress story.
Okay, my wedding dress story. A little bit of backstory. When I was much younger and much skinnier, I used to be a model in New York City, and I would work the bridal markets where I'd go and work for the designers, and buyers from all over the country would come and buy the dresses. And I just saw how much money that you can spend on a dress. But like you said, it's about budget, not necessarily how much you're spending. It's your big day. If it's in your budget, go for it. But for myself, I just saw, I could maybe save some money. So what I did is I ordered about 6 dresses online. I had them shipped to my house. I had a little party with my girlfriends, had a little fashion show, a little champagne, tried on the dresses, started my stuff, and I basically just kept one and shipped the rest back, and I couldn't be happier with it. I could not be happier with it, and I saved myself a load of cash.
That is amazing. I love that. See, you really can shop for everything online.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
And yes, I can't even imagine working in the bridal market, because we have brides that have wore $15,000 gowns.
Yep.
And I'm like, holy moly. I would be sleeping in that thing for like 6 months if I paid $15,000 for it.
A dress that you're going to wear once, like, I kind of don't get it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong. If that's what you want to do, that's what you do. But it doesn't have to be that way for everybody. I think a lot of people stress out thinking they have to, thinking they have to spend that kind of money on a dress because that's what you do. But it's not necessarily true.
And then, like, the poor guys, I never talk about the guys. I always feel bad. I mean, not that they're wearing dresses, but they still have to wear, like, go get a tux. What is Eric wearing?
He's wearing all linen, and he's just wearing a vest. No tie, no jacket. Yeah. It's a beach wedding, so gotta be beachy.
And that's a great point. Beach wedding. Guys, if you are outside, Kristen and I were going to do a demo this morning. We decided we probably shouldn't. If you are going to be outside on the beach, a long train with like lace and all that stuff is probably not a great option.
I think a lot of things out of trains.
Yeah, and it's really hard to get it out of. And then you're walking and you get stuck. Twigs, anything can happen. Yeah, and especially too, like this veil is super long. You probably can't see it. Everything behind me is white, but it doesn't quite go to the floor. But I've seen, obviously, in churches. I just pulled it out of my hair. In churches and stuff like that, you have the really long veils that go down to the ground too. If you get that and you're outside on the beach, your head's gonna go backwards. Someone's gonna step on it. It's gonna get stuck on something. Your wedding planner is going to be pulling stuff out of it.
Dad, blow in your face.
Yes, it's going to blow in your face.
That's the point. We often have to make people switch sides because the photographer's like, the veil is in front of like the camera, the face, and no one can see the bride's face. So,
and what Kristen means by that is when the bride and groom are standing up front, she's speaking in wedding term language. We're really far away, but I see a comment. Gail says we're looking good. We're always looking good, Gail. Thank you. Where was I headed with that? Oh, when people are standing up front, you have the bride and the groom and they're facing each other. Depending on your religion, depends on which side you're on. With that being said, if you're outside, it also depends on the weather. Because if you have a veil or your hair's down, all of a sudden the wind starts blowing and it's blowing it in your face, across your face. Yeah, just like Kristen. Kind of mysterious, right? But not for your wedding pictures. You don't want it mysterious for your wedding pictures. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask just the two of you, if you're already up there, to switch sides and your bridal party stays the same. If we know ahead of time, because the wind's been blowing like that all day, we'll just switch you guys when you're walking up and standing up front. So that's what Kristen means by switch sides. It just means in what direction you're facing when you're standing at the front. So, but when it comes to wedding dresses, if you know your wedding date, go pick out a wedding dress. It takes time for alterations. It takes time
just to come in.
Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 times if you're going to different locations. It takes multiple shopping experiences to go and find the dress that you want. But I think you need to go with your gut. When you have the wedding dress on and you just feel excited, you feel beautiful, you feel happy, I think that's the moment that you know, like, this is it. What did you know when you put on your dress?
I really did. I only tried 6 and it was in the privacy of my own bedroom, but yeah, totally new. I didn't have to go back and try another one on again. It was like I put this on for the beach, fit my figure. Every other one, I was like, I'm gonna have to wear special underwear. I'm gonna have to suck it in all day. And this one I put on, and I'm gonna be able to eat and just be relaxed in.
Dancing. Think about dancing too.
Oh, really good point.
That's the other thing when a lot of people do the special dances now, and they have to change dresses because they can't do the dance in their dress. So I'm like, now you spend all that money, and you're not even gonna wear it the whole night.
Yeah. How common is that people end up with a couple of dresses now? I think
It's very
a
common.
lot.
Yeah. And a lot of people will do like a long traditional dress for the ceremony and then something a little bit shorter and a little bit looser and a little bit fun for the reception. So that is very common, especially if you're getting married in South Florida and it's in the middle of summer and it's hot and everything is outside. So it is definitely a lot more common in that scenario for destination weddings. But you also get a lot of, dresses for the ceremonies that are a little bit shorter and maybe not as traditional. We do a lot of stuff as wedding planners that are not traditional, which is okay with us. Yeah, we think outside the box anyway. Yeah, we drink champagne on Sunday morning, every morning. So it works, but wedding dress shopping. So get it in advance, stay within budget. Jessica Smith is on there and says, good morning, ladies. Good morning. Cheers. If you're still in Tennessee, I hope it's really cool and beautiful and you're having a great time. If you're back in Orlando, welcome back to Florida. What else? Shopping, the budget, the time frame. Oh, make sure you can sit down in your dress, guys. It can fit your body perfectly and you can stand there and it's great and you can walk around. You got to be able to sit down. Yes. So definitely do that. I know when I tried on a dress, that was the first thing I did. I was like, can I sit? Does it stay? It works. We did have a poll this week. zipper or lace up in the back. What's your opinion?
I would not want lace up. No, too much fuss.
Oh, I have a big point too about this. So we always tell you on your timeline when to get dressed, and people kind of laugh at that. But I always have to ask people too, like, how many bustles do you have? Do you have a zipper? Are we like, literally, I have a crochet needle hook that if you have all those little loops, sometimes I think I've actually done one that had like 60 loops. It literally almost took an hour.
Yeah,
I thought she was going to pass out. So I'm like, okay, if you have that, then we need to start earlier. So there's a reason that we put what time you have to start to get dressed.
Yeah, I really appreciated that. Actually, it's something that never occurred to me, like having a hard time to be like, yeah, this is when you need to be in your dress. I would never have thought of that.
Yes. And you're a planner.
I am. I do this professionally. I'm not in the wedding market, but I work in automotive marketing, and I help to plan events all the time. Completely fell apart doing my own wedding now. Like, it's a different story when you're working for somebody else. So
You don't think of yourself. But it's a good point of a planner hiring a planner. Because
Absolutely.
I would hire a planner.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there's a lot of planners that are like, you know, I do this for a living, so I can do this for myself and I can save some money. Case in point, perfect example, you probably do events for a living, but you may not do weddings. So it's a totally different ballgame. It's just like us walking into a market that we've never planned before. There's those tiny little things that'll pop up and we'll be like, oh shoot. Like, we'll learn it the first time and we'll be sure never to, you know, miss that again. But you want to miss that on your wedding? Yeah, it's really important.
You enjoy it. So
Yeah.
you made it a little bit more enjoyable because you have help.
yeah, I think that's really the reason you need to get a planner is twofold. One is you want to be able to relax a little bit, leave it to the experts, delegate, let them delegate. And the other really is money. Because again, just having seen, like I said, the wedding world from the inside before, if you buy a knife, any old knife, you might pay, I don't know, a good knife, $50. You buy a wedding cake knife, now it's how much? How much is that?
Well, you said the word wedding.
Yeah, you
So
added
it's double the price. Yeah.
And it just is very easy, I think, for people to be taken advantage of because they don't know what they're doing and they're overwhelmed and they want everything perfect. So they don't mind paying a premium. And I'm not saying don't spend money, but don't spend more money than you have to, you know, and I think that's really the value of having planners involved.
I love her. She's all about budget and
I'm just being honest.
She's smart.
Save that money and buy more champagne.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
And I think too that is important. Like, figure out what is important to you and allocate your budget to that. Like, you know, I have a client that music is absolutely the most important thing to them. So they're going to spend probably a little more money on a band, live band, versus spending money on, you know, a 7-tier wedding cake or something.
Mm-hmm.
But we always ask that, what is the most important thing to you? Most of the time it's pictures, because that's what you have to take with you. But, you know, just trying to figure out what's important. We allocate it out that way. And then kind of, obviously, food and beverage is the most expensive line item that you'll probably have.
Mm-hmm.
And that is important to a lot of people. Chefs. Aaron's husband's a chef. So
Yeah.
we always toast to that.
We're always very thankful for
Yes.
that. So if you guys have questions on wedding attire, wedding dresses, veils, or anything else that we can cover for you, that we can answer for you, definitely send us a message on Facebook, Instagram. You can go on to our website, swivelgroupevents.com, and schedule a free virtual chat with Kristen, myself, or Brittany. Any of us can assist with that. I do want to mention, as always, our love mission of the month, which is Big Dog Range Rescue in Loxahatchee, Florida. Yeah.
Doesn't make me say that.
Kristen can't say it. But they posted some amazing pictures this week of rescue animals that got adopted and are going to their forever homes. They were great pictures, some cute couples, families, individuals adopting those just dogs that want to give you love. So definitely go on to that and see. I can't see what that's
Heather, looking good. Cheers, Heather.
Definitely go on to their website, Big Dog Ranch Rescue, and take a look if you can help them in any shape or form with donations, either food, blankets, monetary. If it's financial, you can make a donation. That would be great. If you are looking for a dog and you are in South Florida, definitely help them out. So go there and take a look around and see what you can do. So Big Dog Ranch Rescue in Loxahatchee, Florida. It's a great organization and they do a great job helping dogs. All right, nice.
Well,
Anything else?
Lorraine, you're gonna have a little bit of a relaxing day now.
I'm gonna try. Home stretch.
Home stretch.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited, and looks like the weather's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, Edward. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
I'm gonna come flip you guys off. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining.